know I got the receipts, girl. You know I got the receipts. I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to ExpressVPN, friend of the channel and protector of my online data. They are giving away 3 months free on a 1-year package to all SweetpeaDiaries viewers by using the link in the description box below. Now, this is a service that I personally use 100% of the time when I'm on the internet using my phone or computer. It allows me to bypass content restrictions while traveling and ensures all of my data is 100% private and safe wherever I connect to the internet. Using ExpressVPN also allows you to get discounts when using services like Expedia, NBA League Pass, and Netflix. ExpressVPN also has 24/7 customer support to answer any questions and support all of your needs. So take back your internet privacy today by clicking on the link in the description box below and find out how you can get 3 months free. Hey you guys, welcome back to the SweetpeaDiaries. It's your girl Sweet Pea and I am back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you're a new subscriber, welcome to the SweetpeaDiaries. Be sure to like the video, share the video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. All right guys, let me know if you can hear. Let me know if you can see. I feel like this is blurry. I need my glasses. I need to get me some glasses. I haven't been wearing my glasses. I need to get some new ones. So let me know if you guys can see, if you can hear before we get started because we got a lot to cover, okay? I'm late as hell. It's 3 a.m. I've been preparing this since I got home. I got home, did my cleaning, got the house situated, and then I started preparing my video. I have to put the watermarks on things. I got to get the camera settings straight. I got to get the lighting together. I got to get the software jiving. So it's hard, okay? This is a lot. Okay? This take a lot. All right? So let me see who's in the chat. We got Miss T. She says she is up for this one. My moderator, Deion Sanders. We got Queen April. We got Courtney. We got Winter. Thank you, Winter. Oh, the volume is low. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can get a little louder. That's probably because I have the microphone away from me. Let's see, how is that? How's this? Is that better? How's that sound? Is that louder? Okay, because I turned it up. Hey, joy to the world. Joy to the world. Hey, Tracy. Y'all let me know if this is good. All right, so y'all, A moderator, Tasha, girl, you got a mole in your camp, girl. You got a mole, girl. Okay, honey, you got a mole. Honey, somebody reached out to me. Look at this, y'all. Child. The peoples reached out to me and they said, I would like to remain anonymous. I am one of the moderators for Unwind with Tasha K. And Tasha has removed Chelsea from the group chat that we had. And at the event, Jasmine said that Chelsea didn't even show up for the Miami show. I think Tasha trying to be friends with Storm after Storm and Vaughn dragged Chelsea for 2 years was the final straw. Usually when Tasha fires Chelsea, everybody knows about it. But now I think Chelsea might have quit, which is why she doesn't answer any of the questions in the chat about Chelsea. If you go to her page now, all of a sudden, Chelsea has a bunch of ads after Tasha did a whole live saying Chelsea wasn't getting her any advertisements for her show. I think Chelsea was hurt that Tasha would go behind her back to make up with Storm Monroe a week after Storm was dragging her body on Conscious TV a week before. Storm wouldn't even have an issue with Chelsea if it wasn't for Tasha introducing them. Child, not the moderator. Not the moderator, damn it. I said, what? Not the moderator wanting to be anonymous. Tasha, you got a mole in your camp, girl. The mole came over here and said that Tasha done kicked Chelsea out the group chat. Chelsea done quit. Honey, Chelsea didn't come to the Miami event. They are mad over there at Chelsea. She's not doing no work. She ain't getting no motherfucking advertisements. They are upset. Okay. And Chelsea said, I had enough of this shit. I quit. But honey, I would be quitting. You know what? They all running scared. They all trying to pack up and dodge, these court subpoenas and all this shit because Chelsea knows what she did around there to that New York hospital. All right. She's packing up scared because she knows that Storm done went over there. It's mighty funny. This person mentioned Storm and Conscious TV all in the same goddamn breath. Yeah, they was over there talking about Chelsea running them goddamn hospital receipts in to Tasha K, people hospital records and things. So Chelsea might have said, I got to run for the hills. Okay, they over there subpoenaing records. They want Shaq's records, Tasha's records, the accountant, because we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Well, actually today, the 8th. Today is November 8th. Cardi B at 10 a.m. is scheduled to question Tasha K's accountant. And we got those receipts. We got the tea. Miss Alicia Thomas, she was subpoenaed around there to Cardi B's attorneys. They said, come on in, girl. She's on, got the old bankruptcy thing going on. So Cardi B can subpoena people. She can look through, records. She can look through financial records. And so she wants to know with this whole meaning of the creditors thing, when you're a creditor, you can request certain financial documents and proof of, income, and they want to see the records. They want to see the QuickBooks. They want to see all of that. So Cardi B today at 11 a.m., her and her attorneys are going to be pulling in Miss Alicia Thomas. So I think Chelsea's around there running scared because she's seeing all these subpoenas flying in. Okay. But I think that they published Tasha's latest income statements because with her being on the bankruptcy situation, she's got a monthly turn in income statements, her bank statements and stuff like that. So I'm going to check around there and see if she got any cash apps to Chelsea. Remember, we seen that Chelsea, what she gets paid and what she makes monthly. So let's see if she got any deposits around there. But I think I briefly checked it and seen that she did make some payroll deposits, but that was for September. I want to see what it do for October. Okay. But yes, honey, they around there talking about Chelsea is that she done got shunned from the group chat that they had. Jasmine said that Chelsea didn't show up for the event in Miami. And y'all know Tasha was right. That's what Tasha was upset around there, kicking people with her kitten heels, jumping people, her and Shaq. She was mad. She had a lot on her motherfucking shoulders. Okay. Her employees wasn't showing up to do their job. She know they got subpoenas coming up in November. So Tasha got a lot. She had a lot on her plate around there to that event in Miami. She wasn't playing with folks. When I saw that footage of her stomping that man out with her kitten heel, I said, who is that man in that green dress? She said, take. I said, oh my goodness, is that Tasha Cat? Well, do Lord. But honey, we're going to discuss tonight. And like I always say, before we get into it, I'm not a paralegal. I'm not an attorney. In no way, shape, or form am I trying to give legal advice to anyone. We just read court documents. We make the sense, common sense of them to the best of our ability. We are not trying to give anyone any kind of cotton picket legal advice, all right? Because the lead attorney said she's not anything. She's not a financial planner. She's not a legal advisor. She's not anything. She's not a certified public accountant. She's not a CPA. Who the fuck does she think she is? Pipe down, all right? Pipe down, Tom, all right? We're just doing commentary. She's not a certified planner. She's not anything. I mean, of course, she's not a certified public accountant. She's not a certified financial planner. I said, what the fuck that got to do with anything? I could give commentary. I mean, damn, it's just common sense. He said she around there charging $300. She's charging $300. Y'all know that's how he talk. $300. She's not a public accountant. She's not anything. Certified planner. So, all right. Tasha K, we know that she's got this whole bankruptcy thing going on. Now, I promised you guys that I was going to break apart this chapter 11, and I was going to show you her chapter 11 bankruptcy. Was she, what it was comprised of, her income, was she listed as her assets? So we're going to break this thing down. We have it. We have all the receipts. I have them watermarked, child. So they going to have to just make it do what it do. When they come over here to steal, all the other people that come to look at my shit, y'all just going to have to deal with the watermarks because it's watermarking this time. All right. So let's take a look at this bankruptcy. All right. Now, this is her petition. When you file chapter 7, 11, 13, or whatever, you have the petition. This is the voluntary petition for individuals filing for bankruptcy. Now, we know that Tasha filed a chapter 11, and a chapter 11 is, in a sense, like a payment plan, a restructuring of your financial, your assets and things, your structuring of your company. Sometimes they get rid of certain positions. They create new positions. They just restructure the entire business and make sure that you can pay your creditors, pay your debts, and still go on having your business. So with Tasha K, with this chapter 11, this is her petition. All right. She went on down there and she filed her petition. Now, it says here, write the name. Okay, okay. So it just says, write the name that is on your garnishment. Oh, I'm sorry. That is on your government issued ID. So it's her name, Latasha Transrena Keeby. All right. So let's just get to the meat and potatoes. All right. So she says her employers, where does she live? Why are you choosing this district to file here? She says over the last 180 days for filing that this is where she's lived at. And honey, don't get mad at me for putting this up. They put up her address. They doxed her on another channel. So, honey, this stuff is over on Pacer. I did not blot out anything this time. I just put my watermark on it because the last time I blotted out shit, they went and put up the originals. So I just said, you know what? I'm just going to put everything up and whatever. All right, so they said, which chapter do you want to file? You want to file chapter 7, 11, 12, 13? She says she wants to file a chapter 11. How will you pay the fee? I will pay the entire fee when I file my petition. Have you filed for bankruptcy within the last 8 years? She said no. Now, Tasha K has filed bankruptcy. I don't know if it was within the last 8 years, but she has filed bankruptcy before. Now, I can check and see if it's was 8 years or 7 years, and I'll go back and look and verify that, but I don't think so. I think it's well over the 8 years. Now, do you rent your residence? She says yes. Has your landlord obtained an eviction judgment against you? She says no. Okay, let's get to the next page. Report about any businesses that you own as a sole proprietor. Are you a sole proprietor of any full or part-time business? She says no. Are you filing under Chapter 11 of the Bankruptcy Code, and are you a small business debtor or a debtor as defined by 11 U.S.C. 118(2)? She says, yes, I am filing under Chapter 11. I am a debtor according to the definition in 1182, blah, 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 of the Bankruptcy Code, and I choose to proceed under Subchapter 5 of Chapter 11. Do you own or have any property that poses or is alleged to pose a threat of imminent and identifiable hazard to the public health or safety? Or do you own any property that needs immediate attention? She says no. Okay. Now, this is to explain your efforts to receive a briefing about credit counseling. So this is similar to just like with Chapter 13. When you do a Chapter 13, you have to go through like credit counseling. You have to be counseled or giving information and gain some education about credit, debt, and all that type of stuff, how you plan to repay, gain some knowledge about that. So she says, yes, you have to check one. She says, yes, I received a briefing from an approved credit counseling agency within the 180 days before I filed this bankruptcy petition, and I received a certificate of completion. Okay. So we're going to go on because that's a requirement in order to file Chapter 11. Now, are your debts primarily consumer debts? Yes. Are you filing under Chapter 7? No. How many creditors do you estimate that you owe? 1 to 49, she says. How much do you estimate your assets to be worth? She says $50,001 through $100,000. How much do you estimate your liabilities to be? She says between 1 to 10 million, and we all know why. All right, then we're going to get on to the next page. Ooh. And now this part is just the attorney's that are representing her signing it. Now, we get the Schedule A-B of the bankruptcy, and this is the property. What property she owns. Now it says, do you own, lease, or have legal or equitable interest in any vehicles? She says yes. A Chevy Silverado 4-wheel drive, a 2021. How much is the value of the truck? $46,750. Is this a watercraft, aircraft, or a motorhome, an ATV? She says no. And the dollar value of the portion that you own for all of your entries from part 2, including any entries for pages that you've attached to part 2, write the number here. So the value of the truck, how much you owe on the truck, $46,750. So it says add the dollar value of the portion you own for all of your entries from part 2. Then the next page says household goods and furnishings. That would be examples. They say major appliances, furniture, linens, chairs, kitchenware. And she says yes. And they said, well, describe that. She says she owns a couch, 6 armchairs, 1 full bed, 1 queen bed, 2 nightstands, 1 dresser, 1 TV owned jointly by tenants by the entirety with a non-filing spouse. So she wants these people to believe. Now, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be, listen. But she wants us to believe, and she wants these court people to believe that she only owns 1 couch and 6 armchairs. You own 1 couch and 6 armchairs. Where's the dining room table? The dining room table, we don't have one? Or do we just have armchairs with no table? Or are these sofa type chairs or lazy boys? I don't know, but 6 armchairs and 1 couch. 1 full bed, 1 queen bed, 2 nightstands, 1 dresser, and 1 TV owned by everybody in the goddamn house. So the children's is sharing the TV. The husband is sharing the TV. She's sharing the TV. They only got 1 full bed and 1 queen bed. Where's the baby sleeping? Where's his bed? Where's the daughter sleeping? She must be sleeping in the full bed, and Tasha and her husband must be sleeping in the queen bed. Where's the baby sleeping? Is he sleeping in the bed with y'all? But I know he's in Africa. I don't know if he was in Africa at this time. But honey, they ain't got no furniture in the Kibi household, okay? So they had that big ass house. That big ass house in Atlanta, in Lawrenceville. And all they had was 6 armchairs and 1 goddamn couch. They also said, do you own any electronics? She says, yes, they own 1 Microsoft computer, 1 Panasonic camera, and that's owned jointly between everybody in the house. So your software that you use and your camera, your lights, and all of that you use, I don't see that listed anywhere on here. She just said that she only got 1 Microsoft computer and 1 Panasonic camera. Now the couches and the chairs and the stuff that I see for the studio, I don't see none of that listed on here. And I thought she said that they owned all that stuff. And I thought she said they had a studio. So does that mean that the furniture and everything that they was using, that was renting? That wasn't their stuff? Because here she says she only got 1 couch and 6 armchairs, 1 bed, 1 queen bed, 1 full bed, The stuff that you're using for YouTube, where's that listed? I don't see any of that. I don't see the lights, the microphone, the earphone, that gray microphone that you be speaking into. That's a new microphone. You still got the black ones that you used to use, the camera equipment, the stuff that you the boom arms for the mics, the mixers that you use to speak into with the microphones, all that stuff like I'm using, all that stuff that you have, ma'am. You got 1 million plus subscribers with all that good lighting over there. And you want to play on these good people's bankruptcy petition saying that you only got one camera and one goddamn computer. You ain't even listed the microphone or the earphones. We all know this a lie. So they said, do you have any collectibles of value? No. Any equipment for sports and hobbies? No. Well, I would think that YouTube is a hobby. YouTube starts off as a hobby, and if you make good money at it and you can go on into a career, but really YouTube starts off as a hobby. So she says she only got no equipment. Any firearms? She said no. Well, I thought she told everybody on YouTube they own firearms. I don't know. She said she ain't got none. Clothes. Everyday clothes, as an example, they're saying. Everyday clothes, fur coats, stuff like that. Do you have any designer clothes and accessories? She says, yes, I got clothes. She says, I got everyday clothes, shoes. I got between 2,000 to 2,000 Louis Vuitton purses, one Coach purse, and a limited value. Oh, it's limited value except to the debtor. So she's got 2,000 to 2,000 Louis Vuitton purses, one Coach purse. That's what this says. Between 2,000 and 2,000 Louis bags. One Coach purse. She got everyday clothes, okay? They said, do you got any jewelry? She says, yes, I got jewelry. I got one engagement ring and one wedding band. They're 2 carats total. And I have various costume jewelry. They said, do you have any non-farm animals? She says, no. Any other personal household items that you did not already list, including any health aids that you did not list? She says, no. Now, I would think that you would list the teeth because you're still paying on those. We seen on the bank statements that she's still paying on the teeth. So I would have thought that health items would have been the dentures. But, any cash on hand? She says no. Any deposits of money? She says yes. To her checking account, Chase Bank, $95.56. She said at this time, now this was May 25th, 2023. She filled this out. She said all she had in her Chase account at this time was $95.86 and 56 cents. Excuse me. Don't let me give her 30 extra cents. She had $95.56. Any bonds, mutual funds, publicly traded stocks? She says no. Non-publicly traded stock, interest in corporations? She says no. Any government or corporate bonds? She says no. Any retirement or pension accounts? She says no. Any security deposits and prepayments? She says yes. A security deposit on a rental unit to her landlord, Cardone Los Olas LP or whatever. So wherever, they're renting, she's paid a security deposit. Any annuities? She says no. Any interest in an education IRA? No. Any trusts, equitable or future interest in property? She says no. But I thought she had the trust, Tantu, the trust or whatever that she had where she was bragging that she moved money. She says no, she doesn't have that. Says no, she don't. So they said, do you have any patents, copyrights, trademarks? And she says yes, the trademark to Unwind with Tasha K. Any licenses, franchises, or other general interchangeables, I think that says. Wait. I don't know. I can't see it. Whatever. She says no. Any tax refunds owed to you? She says no. Any family support? No. Other amounts that someone owes you? No. Interest in insurance policies? And she says yes. She has a whole life insurance policy or check for $250,000. The surrender or refund value on that policy is zero. So, honey, check. She got a $250,000 policy, a life insurance policy on you. You better be careful around there to the KB Studios. If you have a slip and fall, or you somehow, get some type of food poisoning or something like that, honey, Tasha gonna be cashing in this $250,000 policy. All right. Things get tight around there to the Kiwi Studios. She might try to use this to pay her debt, down with Cardi B. All right. That $250K. When she told them people that she can pay $220, she told Cardi, listen, I can pay you $220. I can't give you $4 million, but I can give you $220,000. Honey, this policy is $250. Okay, what you planning to do to check around there and still keep $30,000 for yourself, girl? Tasha said, I can give you $250. I can give you $220, but I'm going to keep that $30. I'm going to keep that $30K for me. Okay? Any interest in a property? No. Any claims against third parties? No. Other contingent? No. Any financial assets? No. All right, let's see. Add the dollar value of your entries from part 4, including any entries for pages you have attached for part 4. Write that number here. And that's $95.56 because she hasn't added, she hasn't put anything down. She's saying everything is 0, 0, 0, 0. I don't have anything. Describe any farm or commercial fishing related property that you own here. Of course, it's nothing. Describe any property you own here that you have any interest on. She says, no, I don't have anything. List the totals of each part in this form. Of course, all she has is the vehicle, the $46,750. Then she's got the personal items and household items. That totals $11,750. Then she had the $95.56 in the bank, and that total personal property totals $58,595.56. Okay, so she's saying that's, all she owns in this world. The Chevy, the couch and the armchairs, and the one full bed, the queen bed, the 2 nightstands, and the dresser and the TV combined, that equals $2,750. Okay, that's what she says that equals. So 1 couch and 6 armchairs, 1 full bed and 1 queen bed, 2 nightstands, 1 dresser, and 1 TV. Altogether, she wants them courts to believe that is worth $2,750. Ma'am, the 6 armchairs alone could be $2,750. Just the couch and the armchairs. You throw in a full bed and a queen size bed, 2 nightstands, a dresser, and a TV. You mean to tell us that that only equals $2,750? That's a lie. Then she says the Microsoft computer and the Panasonic camera altogether is only $500. The camera itself could be $500. Computers, Microsoft computers, is at least $379 if you want a decent one. And if you want some with some decent RAM and some decent, memory, and you're around there doing videos and doing YouTube, you need a high-powered computer. You know good and goddamn well that shit don't total no $500. Where the hell did you go and get that computer from? The secondhand store? Where did you go, to the pawn shop and get that computer and that camera? Even at Walmart, it would be more than $500. When we look at the quality of your videos, we know good and goddamn well Shek is not around there editing on no goddamn computer and Panasonic camera that total $500. Her engagement ring and one wedding band, their 2 carats total, is $6,000. Child. Ooh. Whole insurance with USAA, the face value of that policy is $250,000. Are you claiming a homestead exemption of more than $189,000? She says no. Now, this is Schedule D. This section is creditors who have claims secured by property. Ally Financial, they're the ones that she has the 2021 Chevy Silverado with. The amount of the claim, so really the amount that they, charged her with interest, is $53,412. The value of the car, the truck, is $46,750. So the portion that is unsecured is $6,662. So that's a lot of interest that they charge for that truck too. All right. So let's get on to the next. The Internal Revenue Services. She says that the total claim is unknown. At this time, she was saying that I guess she didn't know how much she owed the IRS. Who incurred the debt? Only debtor 1. Is the claim subject to offset? She says no. The claim is taxes and other debts owed to the government. List all non-proprietary and unsecured claims. Do any creditors have non-proprietary unsecured claims against you? She says yes. Okay, next page. American Express, $6,360. That's a credit card. Andrew Prignot Esquire. That's Cardi B's attorney. Unknown. Bank of America, $3,057. And she says, they say, when was that debt incurred to Andrew Prignot? 2022. Bank of America, when did you owe this? May of 2023. American Express, when did this debt occur? January of 2023. So this is really odd to me, that usually when people file a bankruptcy, the debts and stuff are like old, debts that they have been incurring over some time and they haven't been able to pay it. So they're just going to file bankruptcy because, their finances are bad. They're not doing too well. So they're going to file bankruptcy. This debt, you just incurred it in January of 2023. This ain't even a year old. You filing bankruptcy on a debt that's you just incurred in 2023? Like, this ain't even on a credit report, or it hasn't even been charged off by the credit card company or anything. So that makes me think that she was just running around trying to gather things to put on this bankruptcy, because this bankruptcy really was filed because of the Cardi B lawsuit. If she didn't have that lawsuit with Cardi B, she would not have filed bankruptcy, because she doesn't really owe anything. It's really silly debt. Like, just look at it. Bank of America, $3,000, right? American Express, $6,300. And you're just putting things on here. All right. Now, Cardi B, this is the $3 million judgment. You see, she's got that as of July 2022, right? Then Daniel T. Silos Esquire. This is another attorney. 2022, she got this debt. She doesn't know how much she owes them. Discover Bank, she incurred that in the year 2022. And she's saying it's $5,796. So this makes me think these are credit card, it's credit cards that she currently has. But I don't think that she was really in debt to these cards. I think that she's using these cards, for business purposes, probably having people travel in and out of, Florida and shit to do interviews and stuff like that. She's probably paying for people flights and hotels and stuff like that, and using cards for business reasons and just everyday purchases. But it's not a long time that she had this debt. So I think she's just running around putting things on, is just running through the house, just putting shit in the bag. Okay, we're going to put this one, we're going to do this one, we're going to put this on, so that she would have something to file this lawsuit under. What's next? Joseph Hoffman, Esquire, another attorney. She doesn't know how much she owes them. Lisa F. Moore, Esquire. Of course, these are Cardi B's attorneys. She doesn't know how much she owes them. Mac Anesthesia. That is, some type of anesthesia company. $1,750. She incurred this debt back in 2018. Olga, she doesn't know how much she owes Olga. She incurred that debt January 2023. Penn Credit Corporation, she only owes them $206. She incurred that in 2022. Professional Account Management LLC, she got this debt in 2023 and only owes them $2,170. Oh, $2,780. My fault. I thought that was a 1. But if you look at these debts are not old. Like I said, it's just stuff that she's running around putting on this bankruptcy so she will have something. Progressive Insurance, $319. August of 2017. She could pay that with her YouTube check. She could pay that with her PayPals that she get. Super Chats will pay that. That's not needed to put on no bankruptcy. $317 you owe to Progressive. Just anything, a trumped up bankruptcy. Sadir is her attorney with Olga. She doesn't know how much she owes them. Sarah Matz is Cardi B's attorney. She doesn't know how much she owes them. Now, I don't understand how she doesn't know what her legal fees are with Cardi B, because that's part of the lawsuit. We all know how much the litigation was. I think that was the $1.3 million. If I'm not mistaken. So how is she doesn't know what the litigation fees are when she was ordered to pay? That's part of the $3.8 million judgment. So then she has credit collection companies listed on here. And then she has add the amounts of each type of unsecured claim. So all of the debts, that she owes, it all totals $3.4 million. Okay. And then Schedule G is basically executory contracts and unexpired leases. So this is just the lease for the apartment that she's living in. Leased apartment from June 7th, 2022 to August 6th, 2023. Your co-debtors, Shaq and Kibi Studios, because we know that Kibi Studios, that's who Cardi B sued. Kibi Studios and Tasha K. And so those are the co-debtors on the bankruptcy. Now she's saying in Schedule I what her income is. And they tell her here to describe her income and say what she does. She says she's employed, and she's employed as a content creator. She's self-employed. She lists her address. So then debtor 2, who is her husband, content creator, Yellen Entertainment is the employer's name, and the address of Yellen Entertainment is listed there. Give the details about the monthly income. For debtor 1, the monthly income is $3,320. For debtor 2, non-filing spouse, the income is $22,835.72. Okay. So for debtor 1, we're going to put the payroll deductions. There's none listed there. So for debtor 2, they ask for the payroll deductions, and they list $5,600, a little over $5,600 for those deductions. So if you just go down these both columns and just add each thing that is listed, the second thing they have here is list other income regularly received. And she says interest and dividends is 0. Net income from property and from operating a business, $9,850. So if you add $9,850 plus the $3,320, the monthly income for debtor 1 is $13,170. The income for debtor 2 is $17,178. Together, $30,348.46. They bringing in $30,000, a little over $30,000 a month. They are saying combined together when they filled out this bankruptcy. Okay, keep that in mind as we go further into these deep dives, because we're going to cover this entire bankruptcy, all of the paperwork that has been listed on the docket. We're going to go through it piece by piece. We're going to dissect it all. All right. And so this is just the beginning. This is what started and kicked off the bankruptcy. All right. So they basically said in May, they reported that they only had $95 in the bank, but yet they collected all this other money. Where the hell did where did these deposits go that you were able to get 20-some $1,000 from? So there must be another account that money went into. That is not listed here. I firmly believe the Chase account, they just opened this Chase account when they started thinking about filing for bankruptcy. They moved their money. You can definitely tell that money was moved and removed from this account. If this was an account that was just opened, or if this was an account that they already had and moved money from, in any event, when they filed for bankruptcy, they made sure that they only had $95 in the bank. Okay. So that's, even a rocket scientist can look at all of this and see that this is all cap. Everything that she has filled out in this bankruptcy is all cap. And she better hope that they don't, from questioning her and digging through and combing through, that they don't say that she's, accuse her of lying. Because you can, just going through this and just reading it, anybody can tell that a lot of this doesn't make any sense. It's just a trumped up bankruptcy. Because the debts are really nothing. What she owes Cardi B is why she's filing bankruptcy. That is what bankrupted her ass, not the credit card debt. She don't even have many credit cards on here. She ain't got no bills on here. She don't have no, medical bills, cell phones, electric accounts, multiple repossessions. And that's usually why people file bankruptcy. I don't see any debts that are, outrageous as far as the business is concerned. I don't see any debtors that the business has incurred, with other agencies or whatever that is threatening to close down their business. So you can clearly see this is just made up. It's a made up bankruptcy. Homeowners Association fee, she pays $200. Property and renters insurance, she pays $150. The rental or home ownership expenses for where she lives, she pays $5,367 a month to live in her condo, apartment, or whatever it is that they're renting out there in Florida. All right. Utilities. She says that her electricity, heat, natural gas is $100 a month. Water, she doesn't pay anything. However, her telephone, her cell phone service, internet, and cable services, that's $665. But her electricity is only $100. In a unit that costs $5,300 a month, a condo in Florida, she wants the court to believe that her electric is only $100. $100 a month. But for food and housekeeping supplies, they pay $1,900. Child care expenses, children's education costs, $19.91 a month. Clothing, dry cleaning, $0. Personal care products and services, $1,691 a month. Medical and dental expenses, $583 a month. Transportation, including gas, $500 a month. Newspapers, entertainment, clubs, recreation, books, $0. Charitable contributions and religious donations, $0. That's a lie. You give cash apps all month. Where's the cash apps that you're giving people? Those are charitable contributions. Insurance. Do not include insurance deductibles from your pay or included in line item 420. Life insurance, $100 a month. She pays on that $250,000 policy against check. Honey, she pays $100 a month for that, okay? For vehicle insurance, she pays $400 a month for her Chevy Silverado. Taxes do not include taxes deducted from your pay. She pays $4,750 a month, she says, in taxes. Her car payment is $1,062 and 78 cents for a 2021 Chevy Silverado. She is saying she pays $1,062 on top of the $400 for the insurance. So almost $1,500 a month for a 2021 truck. That's a lot of money. But still, you only pay $100 for electric? I don't believe that. Credit card bills, $250 a month. Mortgages, other real property expenses, including mortgages, real estate property, $2,750. Calculate your monthly expenses, and altogether their monthly expenses are $22,908.78. So you want to calculate your income that you receive, which we said that they totaled it to be $30,348.46, and then you want to subtract your expenses, the $22,908.78. And so what they get from that is $7,439.68 left. So that's what they have remaining after they pay their expenses. So then this here again is listing the truck and, you know, the jewelry and everything that Tasha listed. I'm sorry, the truck, what she owes on that truck, the creditors, Cardi B's lawsuit. So her total liabilities is $3,454,272.98. Your income is $30,348, and the expenses you owe is $22,908 a month. So where the hell are you going to be able to pay Cardi B? And so even with this, see, this is why I don't even know if this bankruptcy even would make sense, if they will accept it. You know, once all of this is said and done and they, you know, they go over everything and they do the restructuring and calculations and all of this, I don't even know if the trustee or if the people that are charged with giving instructions on this bankruptcy or charged with approving it, if it would even make sense to them, because the numbers, just looking at it, it would be impossible for her to pay Cardi B. It would be impossible for this debt to be paid off even on a bankruptcy, because they just don't make the money according to this. Okay. So is this purposely being done? And as you see, every month, you're going to start to see that her income is going to go up and up and up, because as she starts really reporting what she gets on YouTube, see, the down months and that little small $3,000 deposit we saw from YouTube, sometimes that could be purposely done by not putting up videos, by demonetizing your videos, not putting the monetization on it so that you don't make any money. But then when she realized that she wasn't having to pay Cardi right away, now she's putting the monetization back on her videos. She's going to be making more money on YouTube. And then magically in September, you see her income jump up to over $60-some thousand. And we're going to break that down later on in the week. So when she, right here, when she reported her income the first time, when she filed for bankruptcy, she intentionally made her income look as though they weren't getting any money. They weren't really doing well on YouTube. She removed all her money from this bank account. She put it over in Africa. It's obvious. Either she had this already and moved the money, or she just got this account. But in any event, she had this account wiped clean. $95 was all that was in the account. And then she filled this schedule out and made it look like they are upside down. They're not getting as much to be able to pay these debts. Then you start looking at the income and looking at the debt and looking at the dates of the credit card debt. And you start to see that this shit is trumped up because it's new credit cards. How are you putting credit card debt that you just incurred in 2023 on a bankruptcy? The oldest debt that goes back on her bankruptcy goes back to just 2018 or 2017, and it's only $300 from Progressive. That's something that you can pay out of pocket. It's not needed to file bankruptcy. Half of the debts on this bankruptcy are under $5,000 for the credit cards. $2,000 here, $3,000 there, one. It's not even 10 cards. It's not even 5 cards. She lists attorneys that she owes and she got 0. She lists the IRS, 0. But we're going to get into that because then we're going to get into the other schedules where she actually listed the Bishop Whitehead lawsuit, and she listed that on her creditors that she is letting know that she is filing bankruptcy. People that might have like new lawsuits against her or new debt against her that they're reporting on her credit or against her. She sent out notices that, hey, I'm filing for bankruptcy. So the Bishop Whitehead folks, they received documentation also that, hey, I filed bankruptcy, so I may not be liable for this debt or this lawsuit that you intend to file. So we're going to get into that too. So let's see what is left on here. So financial affairs for individuals filing for bankruptcy. What is your current marital status? Married. During the last 3 years, have you lived anywhere other than where you live now? Yes. List all the places you've lived in the last 3 years. And then she lists that White House that she had in Lawrenceville. And we all know that was the dream come true house. Okay, child. She got that in August of 2020. She stayed there for 2 years. That was the house, you know, that they took that Christmas photo out front of. And I believe that Alicia Thomas, the one that Cardi B is going to be questioning today at 10 a.m., I believe she was a realtor or someone that listed and helped them get this home. And I think she was also acting as an accountant or something for them. But I think that she's a realtor, Alicia is. So I think that she was responsible for getting them that home. And so she's being questioned today by Cardi's attorneys, and we're going to go through that paperwork as well. So let's see. Now, debtor 1, sources of income. So she just says that, you know, she gets wages and commissions, and she lists the amount of the wages in gross income from January 1st of the current year into the date you filed for bankruptcy, which was May of 2023. She says that her income from then until that date was $11,309.03. For the last calendar year, from January 1st to December 31st of 2022, what was your income? $134,000. I'm sorry, $134,861. Okay. For the calendar year before that, January 1st to December of 31 of 2021, how much did you make? $156,021.10. So when SweetpeaDiaries says that Tasha K is not a millionaire, and I say all the time, I give her maybe $150,000, $200,000 a year, boom, it's right there. She makes about $150,000 on average a year. And that is not anything to laugh at or sneeze at for a YouTuber. Okay? For a YouTuber, self-employed, you know what I'm saying? Doing videos, just sitting home making content. That's damn good money. That ain't nothing to laugh at. But it ain't a millionaire. And that's all I've been saying. That's damn good money. You got your sponsors. Then you also have, other things that you might be doing on the side that you don't have to probably count as, income. But just to make YouTube videos, that's damn good money. So now I want to jump into, let me see what's left after this. Okay, and now this is not anything. The rest of this is just the people that she owes and the addresses, you know what I'm saying, to the addresses to those people. Now on this page here, it says within the last 2 years before you filed for bankruptcy, did you sell, trade, or otherwise transfer any property to anyone? Okay. Other than property transferred in the ordinary course of your business or financial affairs. Include both outright transfers and transfers made as security, such as the granting of a security interest or mortgage on your property. Do not include gifts and transfers that you have already listed on this statement. So she says, yes, I have made some transfers and I have sold or traded. So it says the description and value of the property that you transferred. The person that you transferred it to, what is their relationship? She says she lists her husband. She says the debtor took her name off of the deed of the property located at 398 Dunleavy Manor in Lawrenceville. That's the big white house that they bought. Okay. So she says, yeah, I did that. I removed my name and gave it and, transferred it to my husband. Sold through Facebook Marketplace was outdoor rocking chair, a 10 by 14 rug, a Maytag dishwasher, a twin bed and a mattress, a king size modern bed frame, 2 grand restoration hardware shelves, mid-century modern grand leather couch, place sets, wine glasses, bowls, pots, kitchen table, 2 couches, 3 leather bar stools, toddler mattress, 2 bedside tables, coffee table, full-size bed, and a theater reclining seat, 2 accent chairs, an accent rug, a dining cabinet, some type of Palladian bike, and an 8-seat dining table. She received $7,602 for all of that, and she sold that in June of 2022. So when we asked where all the goddamn furniture, where'd everything go? There it is on Facebook Marketplace. Child, she got rid of everything in that goddamn house and got rid of it all and put it on Facebook Marketplace, and got almost $8,000. So she sold and liquidated everything. That's when she was running around trying to liquidate and get rid of shit. Moved down into Florida, downsize. That's when she was doing all of that to try to downsize to prepare to not pay Cardi B, to skip out on the debt. She was getting all the money that she could get, transferred it all over to that offshore bank account in Africa so that she can try to skip out on paying Cardi B. See, it's all listed here in writing. That all you got to do, see, we look at the paperwork and we watch what she's been doing on social media, and we could just put two and two together. Like, oh yeah, we know what she was doing in June of 2022. That was around the time when she took that picture down there in Africa, when she got the donkey teeth showed on the front with the African garb and every goddamn thing. When she was bragging on the internet about putting money in trust and putting the things in her son's name and putting things in her husband's name, that's what she was doing. When Judge Ray told her not to move money, not to do any of that, she still defied him anyway and did it. And she basically said, yep, I put everything, sold everything, put it on Facebook Marketplace, got the money for it, and stashed it away in an account. Because if you only got $95.56 in your Chase account, where the fuck's that $7,600 that you just pocketed from all that furniture you sold? So it is obvious that there is another bank account somewhere over the rainbow. That's where it's at, child. Over the rainbow, over there in Africa. So it says, within 4 years before you filed for bankruptcy, did you own a business or have any of the following connections to any business? She says, yes, an officer, director, or managing executive of a corporation, an owner of at least 5% of the voting or equity securities of a corporation. Yes, check all that apply above, fill in the details for each business. So basically she's saying Kibi Studios. Name of the accountant or bookkeeper, she says Naja Middleton is the accountant. Within 2 years before you filed for bankruptcy, did you give a financial statement to anyone about your business? Include all financial institutions, creditors, or other parties. She says, yes, she gave it to Naja Middleton, who is the accountant. But we're going to see who this Alicia Thomas is, because I believe, like I said, that Alicia Thomas was the real estate agent that sold her the house in Lawrenceville. And that is who was subpoenaed and received a subpoena from Cardi B to come and testify in this whole bankruptcy situation today at 10 a.m. And we're going to read what the details and, the requirements of that meeting is going to be today. So did you attach additional pages to your statement of financial affairs? She says no. Did you agree to pay someone who was not an attorney to help you fill out these forms? She says no. And then declaration about an individual's debtor schedule. These are just basically the end of this. That's just verification of the bankruptcy. So then we have a status report. Now, this was filed in July of 2023, and the status report reads, in compliance with 11 USC 1188, Latasha Transrena Kibi, the debtor, files this status report and states, the debtor filed a voluntary petition under Chapter 11 of the Bankruptcy Code. A status conference is scheduled for July 19th of 2023 at 1:30. Now that they had a status hearing for her bankruptcy. And the debtor is in the business of being a content creator, influencer, and earns her income by appearing on YouTube, Instagram, and other social media. The debtor's largest creditor is a $3.3 million judgment entered against the debtor in Beckley's Marlenas Almazar versus Latasha Transrena Kibi, United States District Court for the Northern District of Georgia, case number 19CV01301 on July 19th of 2022. The debtor's appeal of the verdict to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals was denied on procedural grounds on March 21st, 2023. The plaintiff, Cardi B, removed the judgment to the State Court of Gwinnett County, Georgia at 22GC 03159 and garnished the debtor's employer, Google, causing the debtor to file Chapter 11 on May 25th of 2023. The debtor has scheduled the total value of her assets at $58,595, with the major asset being a Chevy Silverado truck with a value of $46,750 and a $53,412 lien on the truck for purchase money financing. Subtracting the truck from the total value of the debtor's assets leaves a net of only $12,000 of assets. However, approximately $5,000 is claimed as exempt on Schedule C. As to additional debt, the IRS has filed an estimated priority claim for 1040 taxes of $97,715.81 for the year 2021 and 2022. However, the debtor has filed both returns, and it appears that the tax principal due is approximately $150,000. Another $30,000 is due for state income taxes to the state of Georgia. Lastly, there is approximately $20,000 in known unsecured debt. The claims bar date is August 3rd, 2023. It is unknown at this time exactly what amount of disposal income will be available to fund a plan. Clearly, the debtor does not have the ability to pay the Almanzar judgment in full. In addition to the monthly rental income of $9,850 received for Georgia property owned by the debtor's non-filing spouse, the debtor has earned approximately $27,157 in total between January and June of 2023 from Meta, Google, PayPal, and MTV as a content creator. The debtor is hopeful that she will be able to formulate a plan from her net income sufficient to achieve a consensual plan under Section 1191A. The debtor will work closely with the Subchapter 5 trustee, Maria Kipp, appointed on May 30th, 2023, to attempt to amicably resolve the Almanzar judgment. The debtor anticipates the timely filing of the plan of reorganization as required by Section 1189 of the Code. So the plan of reorganization and restructuring, like Tasha keeps screaming when she talks about these documents that I exposed, and she says that she's going through reorganization and all of that. Yeah, she definitely did go through that, and she definitely has already submitted a plan, which is why she told Cardi B that she can pay $220,000, I believe it was, and that's all she can afford to pay off of $4 million. The paperwork that we showed and the paperwork that she has to monthly submit to the court is because of her bankruptcy and because of the fact that she is seeking to file bankruptcy. They clearly state in this status report that she can't pay any of this. She cannot pay this $3 million judgment. She doesn't have the income. So we all know that. We know she can't pay it. Cardi knows she can't pay it. But why bite off more than you can chew when you knew you couldn't pay it? All you had to do was take the videos down, go on about your business, and live to see another day. Live to, you know what I'm saying? Get your money, get your checks, and go on about your business. But now you are in debt up to your kneecaps. I mean, literally, all she had to do was go ahead and take the video down and leave Cardi B alone, go on about her business. But that's not what she wanted to do. She wanted to impress the winos. She wanted to impress the internet. She wanted to, act like she was the mayor of YouTube, that, the courts was YouTube. And listen, Judge Ray Ray said, this ain't YouTube. This is my courtroom. Okay? She came in there with unexperienced attorneys. They knew nothing, inexperienced attorneys. They knew nothing about, defamation lawsuits. They knew nothing. They knew nothing about intellectual property law. All they knew was that they were going into a lawsuit with Cardi B, a celebrity. So now we all see that her income does not support the narrative that she is a millionaire. And I don't know why people want to give YouTubers that clout. Why do y'all think that people are making money just because they got a really good set and because their lights are pretty? That means money? That means that they're a millionaire because they got good microphones? Now, Alicia Thomas, Alicia Thomas is being questioned by Cardi B's team today at 10 a.m. She has to appear at the law offices of Moore and Pignott in Atlanta. Okay. The examination may continue from day to day until completed if the examinee receives this notice less than 14 days prior to the scheduled examination date. The examination will be rescheduled upon timely request to a mutually agreeable time. That's if the person couldn't make it. Now, the examination is pursuant to Bankruptcy Rule 2004 and Local Rule 2004-1 and will be recorded by video and or stenographic means before a court reporter or any officer duly authorized. Okay, so we're going to get into what exactly they'll be asking her. By law, to administer oaths and record testimony is why they were going to have, the court reporter. Now, the scope of the examination shall be as described in Bankruptcy Rule 2004 and as set forth in the topics for examination in Exhibit A. Pursuant to Local Rule 2004-1, no order shall be necessary. If the examination is of a witness other than the debtor, the local form subpoena for Rule 2004 examination, including with this notice, will be applicable. Now, the examinee is further directed to produce documents to Local Rule 2004-1D as provided under Federal R. Civil P 45, as adopted by Federal R. Banker PB. Listen, child. All of the documents described in Exhibit A for inspection and copying to undersigned counsel on or before November 3rd of 2023. So what that means is the documents that they were requesting, she had to turn them in by November 3rd. So on November 8th, which is today at 10 o'clock, they are going to be examining these documents and they're going to be asking her questions. And this is what they're going to be asking and what they're going to be examining. Now, the topic for examination is the services that you provided and have provided to debtor Shunned and or any companies in which the debtor and or Shunned have full or partial ownership. Documents and communications between you and the debtor and or Shunned regarding businesses they own or control or have previously owned or controlled in full or in part. Data that you input into QuickBooks for the debtor, who is Tasha K., her husband, and or any companies that they own or have previously had partial or full ownership. Direct and or indirect revenue streams to the debtor, check, or any companies in which they own or have had full or partial ownership through social media platforms or through wire transfers, cash payments, or transfers via applications such as PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, or Cash App, or any other manner designed for transferring funds to the debtor, check, or any companies in which they had full or partial ownership. Debtors' direct and or indirect income for live performances or appearances at venues such as Tasha K live on stage. Now, the debtor's monetization or demonetization of her social media platforms to the extent that she monetizes or demonetizes her social media platforms. So if you have any knowledge of that, if you got any paperwork about that, any communications about that, we want to see it and we want to question you about it. Any contract or agreement between you and the debtor, the company that they own in full or in part, including without limitation to Kibi Studios, Carolyn Homes, Tantu Limited Partnership, and Transrena Management Trust, Shekna Kibi, and any company that they have owned in full or in part. Anything that was owned by Shek, including or without limitation to Yellen Entertainment, LLC, for bookkeeping or professional services. So any type of contracts that she had to do any bookkeeping for them or any professional services for them pertaining to Carolyn Homes, Tantu Limited Partnership, Kibi Studios, Transrena Management Trust, anything that she did for them professionally, any bookkeeping, they want to see the documents. A backup copy of the QuickBooks files with no administrative username and password for the accounts that you manage for the debtor. Any company owned in full or in part by the debtor, including without limitation to Kibi Studios, Carolyn Homes, Tantu Limited Partnership, and Transrena Management Trust, Shekna Kibi, and any company that they have owned in full or in part. So they want to see any type of electronic files that you did for any QuickBooks that you did for these companies. Now, like I said, this woman appears to be a realtor. When I looked up, her information online and I looked up the companies that she's affiliated with, she's listed as an acting agent on a couple of Tasha K's businesses. She's listed as, I believe, their realtor for that home that they purchased in Lawrenceville. So the courts, the bankruptcy, should I say, the bankruptcy requirements for people that are filing Chapter 11, the creditors are allowed to subpoena and request these type of documents from people that you've done business with, especially if they have a stake in your business, if they're listed as an agent or of some kind, and if they've done any type of financial bookkeeping for you. Because again, the restructuring and reorganization of your business, they got to look through your finances. They got to look through present, past. They have to look through those documents. Basically, they got to comb through your books and any type of emails, any communications that you've had with people that you've claimed to do business with. And they want a complete file, including documents and communications between Alicia Thomas, Tasha K, Shekna Kibi, and any of, the companies, any of their employees, any independent contractors or agents that she may have, communicated with. Like if Alicia communicated with Storm, or if she communicated with Jasmine, or if she communicated with Chelsea, they want to see that paperwork as well. Any people that worked for Kibi Studios, Yellen Entertainment, Unwind with Tasha K Live, Carolyn Homes, Tantu Limited Partnership, Transrena Management Trust, or any businesses owned in sole or in part by Tasha or Shek. They want to see all documents provided by her and Everett Morris. All communications between her and Everett Morris. Now, Alicia and Everett Morris, they want to see communications between them too. And Everett Morris, he is entering the picture as another realtor, financial agent, accountant type person that has done business with Tasha K. Now, whatever he is entering the picture as having done with Kibi Studios and any of them goddamn businesses that they all own, they want to see communications and documents between Alicia and Everett Morris. They want to see whatever y'all been doing for Tasha and them. We want to see y'all communication. All documents and communications received by or sent to third parties other than the debtor, check, or any of their companies. So if they were sending emails to third parties, other people doing business on behalf of Tasha and her husband and their businesses, they want to see it. They basically want a paper trail of every and anything that these people have done with Tasha, her business, her husband, period. That's what it all boils down to. They want to see the money. Show me the money. Now, these are all of the people that are going to receive an electronic mail notice list about this questioning of Alicia Thomas. And that about just sums up exactly what is going to be going on with Alicia and the question. And it says that Cardi B can examine Alicia Thomas. Now, when it says Cardi B, that means her attorneys. It means her. She is the debtor. Tasha is the debtor. She's the creditor. So she is able to question this woman. If she's sitting there and listening and hearing, and if she has a question, Cardi is able to question and ask this woman questions as well. Yeah. So it is going down. We're going to, like I said, we're going to comb through all of this. We're going to go piece by piece because Google also received a subpoena. There are other companies that have received subpoenas. Attorneys have received subpoenas. And like I said, Google received a subpoena as well. They want financial documents. They want to see, documentation of her demonetization or monetization of her videos, what type of income she makes over there, and whatever other questions that they want to ask. They've been subpoenaed as well. So that is basically, what we're looking at here with this chapter 11. It is at the point of, they're at the point where the creditors, they are wanting to see proof of these, of her dealings, proof of her business relationships, proof of these businesses really existing. Because it seems like to me, why they're asking for all of this is because Tasha's got all these businesses, and it was did they really operate as businesses? Did they really function? Or did they just have a tax ID, just had an LLC, and away they went doing videos and doing business? Did they really operate and were they really structured as a business? Do they really got QuickBooks that go all the way back to 2018, 2017, 2019, 2020, 2021? Do they really have all of this information? Or are they just going to come in there with a couple screenshots and a couple emails? So it's going to be really interesting to see what they come back with on the docket, if they enter in anything as to what, any transcripts or whatever the court reporter types down, if they're going to put it on the docket for me to see what Alicia actually said, and when she was questioned, what were the questions, and was she able to provide what they were asking for? Because a lot of times people get these LLCs to operate on YouTube, and they're not really operating and functioning as a business. It's just an LLC to say that they have an LLC, and to be able to get sponsors and pitch to people, but they're not really operating like they should, which is why she owes the IRS, why she owed $150,000, why they found out while she was on stage testifying that she hadn't filed taxes in the past 3 years. And I had already said this, before I reported, before this even came out, before these statements and all of this income shit even came out, I reported that Tasha wasn't running her business appropriately. She wasn't paying people with pay stubs. She don't give them W-2s and W-4s so they can file income tax. She was paying them people with Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Zelle. And like I said, that's what we see on the docket. She was not cutting no checks around there. Ain't no ADP, ain't no paychecks, ain't none of that. It's strictly Cash App. She shoot them a Cash App every month for payment. And like I said, her and Chelsea and Jasmine and everybody else, Tasha K is sending goddamn Cash Apps to everybody and anybody on YouTube to do dirty work. Because we're going to go through those as well. I seen a couple little names that I recognize in them Cash App lists. So we're going to be going through that as well. Like I said, we're going to comb through this bankruptcy. The girls do not scare me. I don't give a damn how many people that she subliminally put on me. I don't care how many YouTubers that are, small, big, medium size. I don't care how many people she tag and try to get people to come after me and try to be in my comments and all this. I don't really care. Because I'm going to continue to do this content. I'm going to continue to give the people the truth. And I'm going to continue to show them these goddamn receipts. Because the receipts are receipting, okay? We are seeing all of what the judge told her not to do. What Judge Ray Ray told her not to do. We're seeing that she did that. Okay? And again, this bankruptcy is just a trumped up bankruptcy. It is just something that they put together just to have a bankruptcy to file because she thought she was going to be able to get away with not having to pay Cardi B. She thought she was going to sweep this on the bankruptcy and be done with it. And like I said, with Bishop Whitehead, with his with that lawsuit, she actually, the one that they are intending to file against her, she put that on the bankruptcy as well. She notified them that she filed bankruptcy as well. And we're going to be looking into that as well. So let me see what you guys are saying. Empress 90 says, if she makes $150,000, I'm not understanding how she's able to pay employees and assuming Shek gets paid too. I'm guessing her pay figure reflects what she gets after she pays all salaries. So, we went over the salaries and what Jasmine and, what they make. And Jasmine, I believe it was $2,000. I believe she gave her, and I think Chelsea was $1,200, if I'm not mistaken. But they're not making a combined. They're not making $5,000 a month. Okay, that's from what we saw. But like I said, monthly she has been submitting this Chase bank statement ever since she's been in this bankruptcy because she's required to submit her income and submit proof of the deposits and, the bank statements. And you're going to notice a trend with these statements that the first statement she submitted, $95.56. Then it goes up to $3,000, $3,300. Then it goes up to, all the way up to where it is now at 60-some thousand for the month of September. Because like I said, I believe that this account is a new account, or it is an account that she removed all her money from, moved it and put it somewhere else, and then just started using this one to report the bankruptcy. Empress 90 says 444 angels are all around. Yay. I don't know what that means. Oh, 444. Yes, it is 444. Yes. Somebody sent a Cash App for $4.44. Yeah, show us that them angels is all around because your girl been working hard. Send me that $4.44 for my coffee and bagel this morning because I only got about one more hour and then I'll be going off to work, y'all. See how I work hard for y'all? It is 4:45. Your girl got to be on the bus by 5:30. Okay, so that means soon as I get off of this live, I will be jumping in the shower. I won't even be getting no cat nap or anything. I'll be jumping in the shower and away I'll be going on off to work. So I got to get ready to go, you guys. But you guys make sure you like this video on the way out. Like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, we're going to be covering this bankruptcy. We're going to, and I'm thinking about covering the transcripts from the actual court proceedings, from the lawsuit itself, because we didn't really get a chance to read the transcripts. And I remember saying that once they became available that I was going to go over them. And I know like a lot of people did that, but we didn't get to do that. We didn't do it here on the SweetpeaDiaries. So I think that might be something that we might do on the weekends as a watch party or something like that. I could try to think of a creative way to get them read. I don't know if there's maybe some type of AI that I could get to read it so that I don't have to be parched and read it. I'll see what I can do. So thank you you guys. Yes, Marlena, no worries, girl. I do it for y'all. I do it for the, you know what I mean, for the sweeties and the sweetums. I had to give you guys some content because you've been waiting on this video for weeks. Okay, we were gonna do it as an upload, but I said, what the hey, let me just go ahead and knock it out as a live. I like to do the information and give y'all my real time, you know what I'm saying, commentary and my thoughts on this. And so to wrap this up and to get out of here, in closing, we see with this bankruptcy that it is a trumped up bankruptcy. This woman doesn't really have any creditors. She doesn't really have any debt. She's got a Progressive Insurance debt on this bankruptcy in the amount of $300. Ma'am, that is a debt that you could have paid out of pocket. And she incurred that just in the last year. That's not something that goes on a bankruptcy. When I think of a bankruptcy, trying to get things discharged, I think of people having debt out the ass. Hundreds of thousands in debt. She's millions in debt, but it is from one lawsuit. If she had never got found liable for that lawsuit, Tasha K would not be filing bankruptcy. Her business would not be filing bankruptcy. There would be nothing to be filing for because as we see, those credit cards they're not even $10,000 limit, $5,000 limit. It is just a trumped up bankruptcy. Like you hear trumped up charges. This is a trumped up bankruptcy. Okay. So you guys like the video, share the video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe. And you guys catch me right back here in the next couple of days. And we're going to be going over the Google subpoena. And I think we'll go over the next month's income statements. Okay, you guys, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye, you guys.